All right, it's 6 o'clock, so we can go ahead and call the meeting to order. So it's going to be really easy, Brian, tonight. You get to make all the motions. No,
Okay.
no, or at least
I motion we adjourn.
do all the seconds, either one. So well, first of all, we need to approve the agenda. So would you like to make a motion to approve the agenda?
Yeah, is the, which one of these grants covers the actual skating enhancements?
Collaborative.
Okay,
Yep.
okay, cool. I make a motion to approve the agenda.
All right, I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. So I sent the November meeting minutes by email.
Yep, I got those.
Okay, so
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
second that?
Aye,
Aye.
sorry,
We're all good.
done.
We're all good. I approve those. Okay, so for old business, it's the RTP grant. So I think I mentioned that the letter of interest was selected to put in the full application for the RTP grant. So because we're doing the same project as last year, hopefully it'll be
A lot easier.
a lot easier. So I went ahead and sent an email to the person at the Vermont Youth Corps.
Saw that.
But I haven't heard back from her yet. The grant also, there's some other ancillary items that we'll have to refresh the pricing on, but that shouldn't be a big deal. Like some gravel, I think was one of them, and some of the wood to build some of this stuff. I think of some of it, it should be less now. I think last year was like a peak of pricing, so hopefully
Hopefully it's gone down.
that would go. So we just need to refresh that pricing. We need letters of support for the grant. So last year, the library director wrote a letter of support, the Department of Health, and the BCRC also. So there's a new library director starting this week, I think, or at the end of this week. So I'm going to reach out to him and see if he'll be willing.
He's the one that came around looking, is it a he or she?
It's a he.
He's the one that came around looking for signatures at church?
That was, I think that was a library trustee or board member. This person, I can't remember their name. I think it was Damien. No, not Damien, maybe. It's starting Friday, or starting this week. So I don't think they were here last week. They could have been, but I'm not 100% sure. So anyway, I'll reach out to them. I'll reach out to the BCRC and I'll reach out to the Department of Health again, because there was a community health needs assessment and the Department of Health, it talked about walkability. And so it's a good project to fit into that needs assessment. So I think we're good.
And that was due in December or January?
It's due January,
January.
June 20th or some date like that. So we have a little bit of time for the RTP grant. If I don't hear back from the Vermont Youth Corps person,
We should still go with the same plan, just.
yeah, still go with the same plan. Sometimes people change positions or they come and go. So I'm just not going to let it
Yeah.
linger too long if I don't hear back. So I'll follow up on that. Okay, so the next item is the ice skating rink. So I know that Brian Harris talked about something to do with sand to put, I don't know, to help gird the structure.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah, probably on the outside.
Yeah,
Inside walls, probably, I would think, maybe.
I'm not 100% sure. And that he was going to talk to Colby. But basically, other than that, the structure's ready to accept the liner and the temperatures are now cold enough. They weren't a couple weeks ago. So the temperatures are not cold enough for that. So I'll reach out to him to see when he thinks that can happen. I think our goal was school vacation week to have that hopefully operational. That would be a good week
Yeah.
for that. The piece of equipment, I guess, the box to hold the skates came in.
Oh.
And my husband put that together. So we just need to get some plywood or something for the shelves. He looked for scrap, which we might be able to get, but I'm actually going to ask Cliff if there's any scrap from the skateboard park that we might be able to use for those shelves.
And what did we talk about? Did we talk about how we're gonna secure that down to the ground and people don't walk off with it?
Well, I think we talked about that we could drill into it and then maybe put a chain or something.
Oh, yeah, that's what we said, chain it around the fence.
Chain it to the fence
Chain it to
or
something, yeah.
attach it to something.
Yeah,
And then I did pick up some ice skate donations from the Make Your Own Tag Sale, Clara Howard's place here in Pownell Center. So we do have a few
actual ice skates.
actual ice skates. I didn't look in this shed here to see if there were any in here, because there were previously.
Yeah.
So we have we have a few pairs of skates, but I can put out another call for ice skates.
Brian said that they got some donations already too, I thought, maybe.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
thought he said that. I may be wrong, but I thought he said that.
So I think the other thing that we talked about a sign there. So we were hoping to make the sign not specific to the ice skating rink, but so that it could just stay there all year long. So basically, this is what I came up with, that the use of the grounds, facilities and equipment is at your own risk. Proper safety equipment should be worn for all activities. The park is open from dawn to dusk. Children should be supervised by an adult. No smoking, vaping, alcohol, drugs, or foul language, and call 911 in the event of an emergency. So that's just what I came up with. I'll just pass that along to Brian to see if, anything is, but it's generic enough. I think it covers the bases and can probably stay there all year long for the ball field as well.
Yep,
So.
okay.
That was that. I did look at a sign, and I asked Tara, and she asked Joel, but I didn't hear back from Joel on where the town gets their signs.
Were they
So-
like them? Yeah.
Yeah, so I just went to like signs.com or one of those places, and basically it's like $70 for a metal sign. It only takes like a day or two turnaround time, and then the thing you stick in the ground is, you can buy them at Home Depot or whatever. It's,
Close.
yeah.
Yeah, I actually looked at a couple signs for the skating rink here. We can talk about when we get that.
Okay. So if Brian doesn't have any concern with any of this language, or maybe he has some suggestions for additional, I can go ahead and order this so that it's ready in time for when the skate park
Sounds good.
is open. That. Okay, so the next item is the skate park insurance items.
Yeah, so I did get the copy of the risk control guidelines for public skate parks from the Vermont League of Cities and Towns.
Yep,
Yeah, so within that, it did have sample warnings and sample skate park regulations. So
okay,
I just pulled and printed the actual sample warnings right from there. I think we should use. And then the skate park regulations, I copied those over, but then I also went out and Googled and found other skate parks with regulations and modified and enhanced this a bit based on what the other parks had.
okay,
The content, everything that was in the regulations is here in the regulations guideline book, are included in this regulation sheet. It's just that I've added a couple other things and tweaked the language a little bit.
okay,
So my thought was that that pole that needs to be, that they said we should remove in the middle, rather than removing it, wrapping it with 2x4s and putting a sign right and putting plywood on there.
Okay,
Perhaps attaching our, what do you call it there? Where we can put these right inside the box.
oh, the bulletin board?
Yeah, bulletin board.
Okay,
Attaching the bulletin board to that post there. So we can have these, the paper printed warnings and regulations, but then also to purchase a couple of tin signs. And they have, I found this site that has them already pre-made. And looks like the cost would be around 27, around 30, well, around $35, $40 for the sign itself.
okay,
But the sign, so one of the signs would be, this park is not supervised. All individuals understand and fully accept that they are using facility at their own risk. And the other sign would be skate park rules, skate at your own risk. Park open dawn to dusk. I'm gonna get better glasses here.
down to just skateboards and rollerblades only.
And helmet pads, safety gear strongly recommended. Please keep the park clean, skateboards and rollerblades only. And no profanity, drugs or alcohol. So the thought would be to purchase one of each of those signs, post them in the grass on metal poles near the skateboard, the
Okay.
skate area. And then post the paper full regulations and warnings in the bulletin board in the middle.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay.
The bulletin board, you're talking about the one down here?
Yeah, the one with,
It's got
that shed,
two
right?
posts.
Oh, it already has posts?
It's two, it's one on each side.
Then maybe we purchase another bulletin board then, or
Yeah, do that or something to house it
is
in.
that being used? Or is it?
I haven't updated it because the last time I asked, we couldn't find the key. But I can ask again about the key. It kind of like when Tim transitioned, it seemed to get lost. So I haven't been able to put anything in it, but
That was near the shed, right?
it's right near the shed. Yeah,
Is that-
that's good. I think that's a good
Is
spot.
that cemented in the ground?
Not really.
No.
No, we just dug holes and put the pressure treated. Because I think our thought was, we weren't quite sure what was happening with the parking lot at that point.
Right.
So thought it better not to cement it in the ground. So it can be moved. Yeah, it can be moved. Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is a project we could probably do in the spring. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how like imminent, I mean, the skate park, I don't think that,
Use that much over winter.
yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
So, okay. Now, the other things on the insurance items were the branches. Was that the branches coming off of that tree over the shed? Or I can't figure.
I can't figure it out either because I went down there and there's no branches hanging over the,
That's, we went and took the sail shade down.
yeah.
And I was like, what trees are they talking about? That's the only ones I could see, was a couple of branches hanging over near the shed, but not like, not completely covering it, not like, but, so, okay. All right,
Maybe that's it. Maybe it is the shed because we let them store their skates and stuff. in there.
stuff in there. Okay, we'll have to get a couple of branches trimmed back. It wasn't that much. I mean, it was just overhanging a little bit
Yeah.
into that area. And then,
All right. So we'll plan on that. Then trim the branches over to shred.
yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we could move the bulletin board. If you can't put it on the tennis court, we could move it more to the middle.
Yeah.
too, You know? And then I think you should cover those.
Yeah, well, so if we're gonna, depending on what we do with the bulletin board, if we're just gonna move the bulletin board, then we can just cut that post out of there.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
okay, good.
So let's keep that on the agenda then for
Yep, we'll keep it on here.
spring, so we don't forget to do that.
Okay, the VORIC grant, I haven't heard anything new since our last meeting about where that stands. I guess it's just still waiting for some state approvals, so it's still, we're still hanging out there on that. So nothing on that one. The next item is the collaborative grant. So the collaborative grant is the grant for the skate park improvements. So since our last meeting, I had a discussion with Cliff, who's the volunteer that oversees building the skate park. And he thinks it's too late to start anything new for this year. Obviously, the weather's gotten too cold now and that, so we're gonna push anything that was in Q4 into Q2 of next year for this grant. I think there were a couple items for us that we could purchase. One was like a bike rack. There was like a trash recycling receptacle. I think there was one other thing. It's just not coming to me. I'll postpone those two because there's no point in
Yeah,
getting that out there in the middle of winter.
yeah.
So, and we actually got the grant executed from them. So
Okay.
that this grant is all set.
I think we have a year to
We have a year until August.
August, okay.
Till August on this one. Which I think the majority, the vast majority is the skate park
Yeah.
improvements. So, and it includes like an event once it's done, like a celebratory event. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So that'll be, I would hope next summer, we could have that for the final grant. I think that's it for the collaborative grant. I have to have there's a monthly meeting with them. And then our next meeting, they use, I think it's called, to measure the goals of the grant. I think it's called results-based something, and I can't remember what it was. But you have to come up with ways to measure the success of the grant. So that's what our next task is. So I'll be thinking about that.
Fun.
Yep. Okay, so municipal planning grant, that was submitted and I haven't heard anything back at this point. So that was successfully submitted to,
Good.
I can't remember which agency it is now, but there's so many of them. So that is pending, still hopeful with that. And then Strobridge Park, that's the other Brian's item. Nothing new on that.
Okay.
In terms of new business, there is a health community design technical assistance pilot program. So our contact at BCRC
It
sent,
didn't come up with an acronym for that.
I know. They're calling it the TA pilot.
Okay, there you go.
Calling it.
All right.
But this is the website. So our contact at BCRC said, there's this new technical pilot through Vermont Healthy Communities, and you can access things like community designers, landscape architects, planners, engagement specialists, outreach and marketing specialists, blah, blah, blah. And she said, it sounds like a great fit for what you applied for the municipal planning grant.
Okay.
And it also is good for someone or for municipality or whoever it is, if you're looking to apply for a Better Places grant, which we're not. Parks and Rec is not, but in talking to Tara, this would be a good fit because of the location for the old town office. like she's looking for reuse, potential for the Old Town office of a community spot. So with the things that we had in the municipal planning grant, plus including repurposing the Old Town office, it offers like 80 hours of technical assistance.
Okay.
So we thought we could collaborate and, no, what we talked about, that it might be a good idea for us to collaborate and submit an application for this pilot program. So I wanted to ask your feedback on that.
Definitely. I agree.
I guess there's 35, I think they're accepting 35 applications. Doesn't say on here, but it sounds like services we could definitely use for what we want to do with Center Street Park and again, like the town green area here. So I thought maybe we should make a motion to approve. We don't need select board approval because we're not asking for grant funds.
Okay.
So
Just for you, just consultation. Yeah. Okay. I make a motion that we apply for that.
the
What's it called again?
TA pilot,
Hey, I'm grant.
I will second. And all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So I'll work with Tara on that. And hopefully we can secure some services
Yeah.
to help, in addition to the municipal planning grant. So that's what that was. This is a rolling application too, so there isn't actually a deadline. It's just once they award the number of applications, it's done, so. Okay, the final thing is the Stewart's Holiday Match application. So every year we apply for the Stewart's, I forgot what it's called, Holiday Match Program. Last year and the year before, we were awarded $1,500 for that. So the application is open now and it closes in mid-January. I think, we've used the funds for a couple of different things, but they aren't, once they give you the money, it's not specific on how you have to report back to them. They just make the award and that. So if we're willing to do that again, I'll take a motion to apply for the Stewart's.
I make a motion, we apply for the Stewart's grant.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
So you need select board approval on that one, or?
No, we don't need select board approval on this one. I don't think we do. I'll have to check on that. I will check on that. Okay. With that, we're all ready to our next meeting date and time. So at this point, we will be, so the second Tuesday in January is January 10th. Does that sound
Yep.
okay? 6 PM. All right. Hannah, is there anyone for public comment?
Nope.
Okay. All right,
Make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, the meeting is adjourned.